Yo, what is going on, Poke fam? CWpoke here, back with a brand new video. And guys, this is going to be kind of a unique video if you haven't already noticed by the overall layout. So first things first, I wanted to kind of go into a discussion based video, something I haven't done on this channel before yet, but I wanted to try it out, talk about a very big topic that is, hitting the whole community pretty hard, because there have been new Pokemon games announced. If you have been sleeping under a rock and haven't heard, Pokemon Sun and Moon have been announced, and that is next to all we know. We know next to nothing about this game, but people are already going nuts about the speculation. And so what I figured I would do is not hit you guys with the fake, like, oh, check out these starters that are totally not real, but I wanted you to come here, This is just me talking with you guys about the things that I want to see, kind of like my wish list for what I want to see in this next generation of games. So what I'm going to be doing is kind of talking about some fake designs, looking at some fake designs that a lot of fans have made, and kind of talking about how I think that these should be implemented, or things that I want to see in the actual games when they come out. And what I encourage you guys to do is definitely leave your opinion. So, tell me if there's things that you agree with, if there's things that you disagree with. Tell me if there's other things that you want to see that I didn't even touch upon. What are you most wanting to see in these new games? This is a video where I highly encourage discussion. I always do encourage discussion in these videos, but please make sure to leave a comment, even if you don't really feel like you have much to add to the conversation, leave a comment saying hi. Just say hi, that's all. I mean, that's all you have to do, but definitely leave some kind of comment, definitely chat with me in any sort of way. And let's just jump into it, guys. So what we're going to do is actually talk about one thing that some people have been kind of covering, and that is the location. Now, one of the few things we actually do know that we got from the trailer is this artwork right here, and this is concept art, looking at it looks like just a local area in the game. So we don't know much else about this. It looks like some people have kind of done some reverse searching and have found out that this place is based on some location. I can't remember where. I want to say maybe in Hawaii or some other tropical area, and because of this picture, people are really speculating that the region is going to be in a tropical setting. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, that is one of the number one things that I want the most. I want this region to be fully decked out in a Hawaiian type setting. I think it would be so sick. I'm picturing, a volcano area, a tropical rainforest setting, beaches, oceans, resorts. I think it would be sick if Game Freak went all out and made the whole region dedicated to a tropical island setting. I think it would be so sick. Now, we've already kind of seen some tropical settings, Hoenn in general was kind of a tropical place because it was in a lot of islands, there was the volcano, definitely a lot of the grass types, I gotta get my boy Ludicolo on there. A lot of the grass types like Tropius were kind of based around tropical themes, even the abundance of water type Pokemon, and then you had like the fire types that were kind of based around like volcanoes, like Camerupt and stuff. But this image right here is actually a screenshot, or not a screenshot, it's a map of the post-game villa area in Pokemon Platinum. And this is a mechanic that has been kind of forgotten since, but it was one of my favorite parts in the series. I mean, small little detail, but such a cool mechanic. So every game, it doesn't matter what game you're playing, every game, every trainer has this issue. They beat the game, they beat the Elite Four, and they're swimming in money, right? Best problem in the world. You got way too much money, repels, Pokeballs, they're dirt cheap at that point. What Pokemon Platinum did is they gave you this villa right over here. It was that white building at the far right next to the Pokemon Center. You just got that villa for free. And what you could do is you could actually buy things to put into the villa, almost like decorating it. You couldn't really get too fancy with the customization, but you could buy the parts. You could get a piano and Cynthia's theme would play, which is, by the way, one of the best themes ever. But it was really cool because everything was really expensive, so it required you to spend all of that money that you normally gather and have no use for. I would love to see another area like this, just like a resort. It's got like a pool, you see the pools there, maybe you own another villa. I think that would be so sick. We already saw trainer customization in X and Y, maybe that can make a return, and we also get more villa customization. Could you imagine like street passing and getting to visit each other's villas? That would be so cool, that would be so sick. Then you could like battle each other, it'd almost be like secret bases. I want that. I think it would be really cool. So that is probably the number one thing. Now, it's kind of taking a sidetrack, looking at this cool page. Now, this is 100% fake. This is a fake Coral page, but first things first, guys, fake or not, let's take a second to understand that a fan, someone wanted to go into such detail and make a page that looks so convincing that people may actually question whether or not it's real. And you gotta respect that. You gotta think that it's so cool that fans are so dedicated to make such good artwork. This looks amazing. This looks like it could be legit. And I really do like the legendaries that they went with the covers. especially since one of them sort of like grounded, the sun one, and then the moon one's like a flying type. You can definitely see, you know, the silhouettes of those Pokemon are definitely based off of the, you know, the logo symbols that we see on Sun and Moon. But either way, guys, like, I think this is all really cool. The starters are kind of what I wanted to touch on the most. I'm not too worried about how the starters will turn out, but I really like the idea of the little fire bear, it looks like. I think that's a really cool one, because of these 3 starters, I'd have to say I like the fire design one the most, and that's not very common. The only generation where I like the fire starter the most is Gen 3 with Torchic. Usually every other generation, I typically prefer the water type. Gen 2, I prefer Chikorita, because Chikorita is awesome. But that is about it. Now, the little water starter is also pretty cool because it looks like it's sort of like a water lizard or crocodile, and I would really like to see a water-based crocodile. We haven't seen that. We have Crocodile, Crocorock, you know, those guys, but they're ground types. They're not actually water-based crocodiles, so I feel like there's still room for there. I mean, we have like 10 fire monkeys that are firefighting types, so surely we could get 2 crocodile Pokemon, 1 be a water type. But that's probably the most exciting part about this image. You know, so far everything here looks cool, but it doesn't wow me too much. But this right here, this is sick. So this is actually, you know, all the art that I could find. If I was able to find the original artist, I will post them. You know, you can see the little text right here, borrowed from swagbeetles.tumblr.com. So check them out if you do like the work and you want to support these artists. I always want to make sure to credit these guys because they definitely deserve it. It's good artwork. I think these are really cool designs. Now, Sun and Moon, when I think of Sun and Moon, I think of like celestial beings, you know, celestial kind of Pokemon and things like that. And when I visualize the Legendaries, this works. Like, I see this. It's so cool because these guys look so divine. They look almost like something from like Zelda Skyward Sword. You know, they have those like etchings on their skin. They look very celestial, very like just kind of divine, and it's so cool. I like these designs. I really hope that we get the cover Legendaries to look somewhat like this. You know, have them be sort of like almost like gods in a way, you know, that just like that divine sort of presence, and they feel very like out of this actual world, you know, sort of like a higher being type of thing. And these are overall just really cool designs. Again, you know, you have the one that's a flying and the one that's sort of a grounded Pokemon. I think that's a really cool contrast. We saw it with Yveltal and Xerneas, but that was about it. And I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool concept just to give you that contrast. You know, they're not necessarily equals, but they're different in these cool balancing ways. And these are just sick designs. I mean, that one almost looks like a Mega Ursaring on steroids, basically. I'll take it. I think it looks sick. You know, I think I'm going to probably get Moon as like my main game, but I'm getting both, so I don't know. We'll see which one I actually prefer. It kind of depends on the Legendaries and the exclusives, but either way, if these guys were the Legendaries, I'd have a tough time deciding because these guys are pretty sick. So now looking into some Pokemon species. These are Pokemon that, like, for a long time I've been wanting, you know, generations 4 and 5. I've been like, yo, where are these at? Where is the koala bear Pokemon? You guys know I love Teddiursa. I love the bear Pokemon. You know, Beartic and Pangoro. Pangoro is sick. And I know koalas aren't actually bears. I know they're not bears. But still, I think it would be really cool to have a koala bear Pokemon. It just looks sick. And this design in particular from the Fresco at DeviantArt, I think it looks amazing. I think that's Koalosis is how you're supposed to, or Koalosis. I don't know how you're really supposed to pronounce that, but it looks amazing. This thing looks like it's ready to rip apart teams. I don't know if it's like, it kind of looks like a grass normal type, maybe like a grass fighting type. I don't know, but it looks sick. And grass fighting off the top of my head, I mean, I think we have like Breloom and Virizion, and I think that's it. So, I mean, I don't know, grass fighting's an interesting type. It's like, it's not necessarily that good, but it's not really bad. It hits some good things for super effective damage. So I would love to see a koala bear kind of Pokemon. And again, if they go with the tropical setting, I know koalas aren't really the most like tropical Pokemon, but they could kind of be designed that way. But also going with tropical designs, a dolphin. How have we not seen a dolphin Pokemon yet? I mean, looking at this design, and this is the problem with looking at fakes, man, because I love looking at fakes, I love analyzing fakes and really, you know, kind of seeing what fans make. But here's the one problem with looking at fakes, is when you see a fake this good and you know Game Freak can't top it. Like, I'm looking at Warfino right now and I want that Pokemon. I want that Pokemon on my team, man. It looks so sick. It looks so sick. And it looks like it's water fighting type is what it's supposed to be. I'm trying to imagine this thing like hitting you with a close combat. I don't even know how that would work. I'm just imagining getting like slapped with fins like crazy. But the design is amazing. It looks so sick. And I really want to see a dolphin Pokemon. And no, Gorbis does not count. Gorbis is not a dolphin Pokemon. It's like a water eel, but it is definitely not a dolphin. So we haven't gotten a dolphin yet, surprisingly. And I'd say a dolphin is one of the most like popular type of species, you know. So I'm very surprised we haven't seen one yet. If they did go with that tropical setting, I feel like this would be the generation we definitely see a dolphin. But either way, these are the two kind of species that I really want. Like, I want these. Please make it happen, Game Freak. Oh my gosh. Some other cool mentions, I mean, like, we haven't gotten like a flamingo kind of Pokemon, I don't think, or like a peacock. I think that would look really cool. So there's, I mean, there's a bunch of like animals that they haven't actually designed Pokemon off of yet. And there's a lot of room for potential, but these are definitely the two that I want really badly. Like, these are the kind of species that would just get me super hyped for the next game. Now, looking at Magearna. Magearna is one of the other few things that we actually know exists as far as this new generation. And Magearna, I like it. I haven't really given my 2 cents on Magearna. I like Magearna, but it feels kind of underwhelming. It was really hype when we first saw Magearna because it's a brand new Pokemon. It's a brand new generation. Of course we're going to be hyped. But like Zoroark got my attention a lot more. Even Lucario I thought was a lot cooler, you know. Magearna is just kind of like, it's cool, but I feel like it's missing its potential, and I'm hoping that they fix that by giving Magearna another form, and I feel like that's probably a given. Game Freak's been doing that a lot with Legendaries. They're getting like Megas or Fusions or forms. I feel like Magearna, it looks like it's gonna have another form of some kind, and this is just, you know, some fan art of, you know, what they think may be another Magearna form, or Mega Magearna, I don't know. But either way, I would love to see Magearna get a form in the game. Otherwise, unfortunately, while I like Magearna, I will have to say I probably will view it as a fairly disappointing Pokemon. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are like diehard Magearna fans. You're like, yo, that's my favorite Pokemon now. I don't know. Magearna seems cool. I just feel like unless it does something really crazy, it's going to be kind of an underwhelming Legendary. I don't know if you guys get that same vibe, but that's kind of how I am. Now, kind of grazing the topic of Mega Evolutions, let's take a step back really quick and let me just talk about these guys right here, okay? So we got Gen 1 starter Megas, right? We got Gen 1 starter Megas. They were sick. Then we got Gen 3 starter Megas. Also pretty sick. Where are my Gen 2 Megas at, man? I want these guys so badly. And you guys know right here, this guy right here, if you guys watch my live streams, if you guys watch anything where I'm usually talking about my favorite Pokemon, you guys know I love Chikorita. It's my second favorite starter, just shy of Squirtle. If we're not even including nostalgia from being a kid raised in Gen 1, Chikorita is really my favorite starter, okay? Meganium is an awesome Pokemon, but it sadly is very underwhelming. It's often regarded as the worst starter of them all, and there's a lot of starters, so to have that role is kind of a shame, man. I'm sad. I'm sad for my like grass dinosaur Pokemon. Please, Game Freak, give Gen 2 starters, first things first, give Gen 2 starters a Mega. Second, make Mega Meganium broken. Make it Mega Kangaskhan 2.0, okay? Don't make any other Mega that good, but make Mega Meganium amazing. Give it thick fat for its ability. Give it, instead of 100 base stat upgrade, give it 150. Make that thing as bulky as possible and make it hit hard and revamp its moveset. Make it so much better, man. I want to see a Mega Meganium. That is like one of my #1 wishes as far as Megas go. I mean, you know, I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get Mega Milotic. I know a lot of people were upset about Mega Flygon and Oris. You know, people really want those. This is like the one Mega I want the most, man. Give me Gen 2 starter Megas and make Mega Meganium disgustingly good, man. Make it good for all these years that it's been the worst starter. On top of that, this is another example. These designs are insane. They are incredible. Sadly, I could not find the author. I was not able to find the reverse site. If you guys know who did these, you know, always be sure to link them. That way I know and I can add like an annotation or something. But either way, these designs are disgustingly good. And I'm like, I don't even know how Game Freak could top this. You know, I feel like I'm going to see Mega Meganium. Like it's going to actually happen. I'm going to be like, oh, that's nowhere near as cool as this one. But okay, I guess I'll take it, you know. So it is really cool to see this design, but it also does make me kind of anxious. I'm like, man, I hope, you know, if there really is one, it can be as good as this. To top that off, you guys know I love Ho-Oh. It's my favorite legendary if we're going to get specific here. Mega Ho-Oh and Lugia, this is not just, oh, I wish this could happen. I feel like there's some merit here because Lugia and Ho-Oh have always kind of floated around the idea of kind of representing the sun and moon in a way. You know, one is kind of a solar-based Pokemon. I mean, just look at Ho-Oh's design. And then look at Lugia. You know, they both kind of represent the sun and moon in kind of an abstract way. So I feel like this game could be a lot of potential for them to get new forms, whether that be Megas or Primals or however they decide to go about that, you know. I would love to see these two guys. And you guys know Gen 2 is my favorite generation, so any love to Gen 2 is great. That is perfect for me. That is what I want to see the most. You know, Gen 7 is great. I hope it turns out great, but please go back and visit Gen 2. Give them a lot of love as well, because I love Gen 2. But either way, this is really cool. I really like the Mega Lugia idea because it kind of looks like they wanted to make it that flying and water type that Lugia probably should be. I know it's like flying and Psychic for some odd reason, but I think deep down they should change it into water flying if it gets a new form or a new like Mega or something. So I really hope this does come to fruition because it looks really sick. I think it's cool. On top of that, side note, this is actually kind of real, but not. This is a Pkmn, of course, but this is actually from an upcoming fan game. This is from the team at Pokemon Phoenix Rising. A sick game. If you guys want to follow them at Twitter, their Twitter handle is at Pkmn PR for Phoenix Rising, and this is their Ho-Oh Arisen form. It looks like he's going to be sort of like the mascot of the game, the main focal point, and it looks sick. So I don't know. I mean, side note, guys, to kind of get sidetracked, do you guys want to see me play this game when it comes out? Because I'm gonna play this game, but whether or not I actually film it and make videos, I don't know. But it looks so good. So you know, anything like this, if they tamper with Ho-Oh's forms in any way, I will be happy. I will be cool with it. I want to see Ho-Oh get some love. And finally, guys, this is something that I feel like is always overlooked. People seem to forget that in Black and White 2, we were told that Kyurem could fuse with both Reshiram and Zekrom. Not just one or the other to make Kyurem White and Kyurem Black, but it could fuse into both and make the perfect dragon, and we never got that. Why would Game Freak tease us with such a cool concept and not actually bring it? So, I mean, I know we're 2 generations later now, but it's not too late, Game Freak. Please make it happen. That is my last request today. Just make a perfect Kyurem form. Allow all 3 to fuse together. I think it would look so cool no matter what approach they went with it. And it's not too late. I mean, we already see that like Zygarde has its new forms, and yet it looks like we're not getting a Pokemon Z. So I'm gonna assume the new Zygarde forms are going to be in Sun and Moon, but they're probably not gonna be the focal point. They could do the same thing here too, you know, just make it a little side story. Add some post-game content where now we get to see Kyurem become the perfect dragon. I think that would be so sick. I really hope it happens. I know it's kind of like forgotten news. They kind of just scrapped the idea and moved on. But I think there's so much potential here to make such a cool looking legendary and make perfect Kyurem just amazing. I mean, you could make it on like that Mega Rayquaza kind of level, you know, give it that strength, because I mean, the power creeping gets bigger and bigger every generation, but now, you know, Black and White Kyurem, they're both super strong, but make it as strong as Mega Rayquaza. I don't know, whatever they feel like doing, just make it happen, you know? That is it, though. That is it for me, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this kind of unique discussion video. Like I said, this is just something I kind of wanted to do for fun. The VGC videos and the analysis stuff, those are all still going to happen. I just really wanted to take some time to kind of get around to making this kind of video. And I wanted to just test out some things, you know, test out this layout, test out this orientation, you know, tell me what you guys think about it, if you guys enjoyed it or not. And yeah, I don't know, maybe if there's other topics, maybe if there's more news that comes out later on about the games, which there obviously will be, you know, maybe we can do some more of these. I don't know, depending on if you guys like them or not and you really like the discussions. But either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I encourage you guys, if you did enjoy the video, to please like it. And if you have not already clicked that subscribe button, please click that subscribe button. Join the Poke fam. It would be pretty awesome because I don't know, I like to make this group a very tight-knit group. You know, I want to bring us together, not just have you guys click the subscribe button so you get to watch my videos. No, I want it to be you guys come here, watch my videos, and we talk amongst each other. We talk together, kind of talk about these things that we're excited for, things that are really cool, things that are happening right now or in the future, and all that good stuff. So I encourage you guys to please join the fam and have some fun in your stay here. And thank you guys for all the people who have subscribed since the last video. I really appreciate the fact that you guys wanted to support the channel and wanted to come hang out here. So hopefully you guys enjoy your time. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. So again, tell me what you thought and tell me about your opinions on Sun and Moon. You know, what are you most hyped for? What are you hoping doesn't happen? What are you hoping does? I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.